Hey, South Bay. I'm Jeff Pollard at solarpowerthepeople.org and Jeff Pollard 11 on Instagram. I'm with Ayline Artin. Ayline, thank you for joining. Please, who are
Hi.
you? Tell me something about you.
Well, thanks for having me, Jeff. My name's Ayline Artin, and I'm a musician, singer, songwriter, play all over the South Bay, LA area. And yeah, my passion is music.
Terrific. Are you a South Bay native by any chance? You moved from somewhere or?
I originally grew up in Canoga Park, so I'm a Valley girl. But
Okay.
I've been in the South Bay with my wife the past 28 years.
Oh,
28
terrific.
years, yeah.
That's native. Yeah, anything past 5 years probably.
Yeah.
Anything past a year.
Pretty native, yes.
Well, terrific. So, how did you get into the music world? Well, is it in your blood, your family?
Oh yeah, it's major in my blood. Well, my uncle was a concert pianist in Egypt, but I started playing piano, got lessons since I was 5. Took it took lessons for 10 years. Was a music major after high school. Took all the music courses. Then life threw me a curveball. I didn't want to do it, and I ended up teaching adapted physical education, which is a special ed teacher. But we know that when your inner being is truly who you are, it always catches up to you. So my wife bought me a guitar, and I started playing the guitar. And because I had the background of piano and music, it was easy to teach myself. And from singing in the shower and in the car, I started to sing at farmers markets once my children were born. And next thing I know, I'm at the Troubadour. I have 2 albums out and writing original music and playing all over the South Bay and opening for artists like Kenny Loggins, Air Supply, and having attracted professional musicians into my band from original members of Casey and the Sunshine Band. My producer's a #1 smooth jazz guitarist in the country. So things are rolling. I have a residency at Primo at the South Bay. So I'm immersed in my music and I'm very happy about it, of course.
Terrific. No, congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love hearing story. We all have lives. We all have those other obstacles we have to do. So I'm really glad that you were able to continue and press forward. What
So am
was
I.
you mentioned a few albums. Can you name those albums? Any new ones? Any new releases? Anything like that?
Yeah, my latest release is Heaven and Hell. I also have a music video out. So if you punch in Heaven in Hell, not Heaven and Hell, Heaven in Hell, that's the name of the album. It's one of the tracks on the album, and I have a music video to it. The album has about 13 tracks, um, 4 too many, but we said let's do it. I could have released another 5 on that, but I'm ready to do another album. I have so many originals out there that's on my desktop and written raw
Yeah.
organically. But yeah, it's a great album. Um, it's a cross between. Um, Hold on, I'm getting a call. Can I just?
No
Of course,
worries.
this happened. Let me. There we
No,
go. Am I back? Am I
it's
back?
yo, you're good.
Okay.
It's the
Okay.
curse of interviews, you know?
It's unbelievable. I wonder if I should put this in airplane mode.
Yeah, that
Let
would
me
help
do that.
disconnect you.
Let me do that. Okay.
That does remind me of one time
I'm
a
back.
lady could not control her dog, so the whole interview was
Oh,
that. It was pretty funny.
sorry, I forgot to do that.
No
But
worries.
anyway, where was I?
Well, yeah, no, you released your album and all that. I do have a quick question, just
Yeah.
because you mentioned having too many tracks. Is there like a recommendation? I always wonder why there's no like there aren't more
Yeah,
albums out there that do like 20 songs or
they do, and I think that's probably more for someone who's already out there and known with millions of people. Um, I think that's because we can't get enough of whoever it is, Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks. Those are that's what I was going to tell you, my influencers.
something.
But I did the 13 tracks because they all meshed together, and I said, why not? Let's just do it. And I'm happy I did it.
Okay, terrific. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just always curious, when you hear about it, but if it's like the flow of the album, then that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's flow the album. Most albums, from what I've researched and seen, they have about 9 to 10 tracks for a full album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what inspired you for this album? How did it come to be? How did you create it?
This album, well, probably 90% of my songs or 80% of my songs are about my wife. And I just had a lot of, I wanted to do another album. The first album that I did was Chapters, and I had a producer who kind of took everything under his wing, and I really didn't have much input into how I wanted it done. But not to say that I wasn't allowed. It was just I was kind of starting out. And then once I learned that, hey, I'm pretty good at this producing thing, I'm pretty good at this input thing, and I could give more of my opinion. It just aligned with me that I fell into my producer's lap, my now producer Niels, who's also my guitarist, and we just kind of meshed together. And once that happened, songs just flowed out of me, because I think it was because I felt like I was going to be able to do more production wise and opinion wise, and not just give it to someone and say, here's a raw track, just do what you want with it. So this I would say the second album, Heaven and Hell, is really who I am as a true artist. It sounds like Ayline Artin stuff, where the first one is more like, oh, that's interesting, where's that going with, that's an interesting sound. This second album is really my sound, which is infused with, I would say, Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac, a little bit of this and that, but very modern classic rock. So
that's really cool that you kind of found your groove in that second one. Now,
yes,
for fellow musicians listening and watching and stuff like that, what is it, that after you've kind of finished that album, once you're like, okay, I think this is kind of mastered and edited appropriately, like what just kind of goes on? What's the vibe after that? What do you do? Do you just kind of go, all right, now I got to plan touring, now I got to promote? What's the feeling?
Oh gosh, you got to help me with that one. It's always scary to release something because I went through the phase of, what if it's not good enough? What if people don't like it? So I was holding on to it for a while, and then COVID hit. But I just got to say, it really doesn't matter what others think. If you really believe you got something great, release it. And of course, promoting it, everything that I do is self-promotion. And with promoting comes having to have the funds to promote it, right? Because I don't have a distributor to promote it. So that's where I'm at. And then this last year, I resigned from teaching for a year because I taught special ed adapted PE, which is physical education for kids with disabilities. I resigned because I said, now that I released the album, everything's going to work out for me, and nothing was working out. And I fell into a depression, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what did I do? I have put 2 girls in college. And so my funds were limited, so I couldn't even promote my album. I would say for those who are in my position, and have that plan before 3 months before your album is going to be released. Have a plan of how are you going to promote it? Who's going to help you with promotions? Find the people that you trust and you align with, people who believe in you, because everything that I do is self-funded, and I fund myself by teaching vocal lessons, by playing at certain places around the South Bay. Everything that I do has helped me promote myself. I can't really afford to pay thousands of dollars to a distributor to do that for me. Sure. So have that plan before, and the plan could just be the vision, I didn't. I just said, oh, the album's released, everything's going to work out. I learned it the hard way, but I wouldn't change a thing because I learned a lot from it. I did learn a lot. Sometimes you
learn a lot jumping in the deep end.
Yeah, and maybe this video will help somebody. Maybe that was the lesson of, I'm helping someone, do it the right way.
See, which I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what the right way is, you know.
Hey, I know. I think if we all had that formula, the world would be a lot different. So
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's great. So okay, you have your album. Please state your album name again. It's Heaven in Hell.
Heaven in Hell,
All
yes,
right.
by Ayline Artin. It's a really cool cover with me on there with the guitar. Um, yeah, and most
Yeah,
of
and
the
then
songs, like I said, are about my wife, but the rest of the songs are about my life and my positivity towards how much I love my life and how much I love doing what I do, which is the music. So it's very uplifting and universal. The lyrics are universal. Relatable is a good word to describe
okay.
it.
Are these like love songs mostly?
Love songs to my wife and love songs to myself and my life. Yes.
Terrific.
Yeah.
I do like to kind of end the chat with if this is advice about anything that if whatever pops into your head, if it's just something you do on the day to day, if it's just something that just came into your head or whatever, but like what advice could you give anybody that just kind of makes the world better? It doesn't have to be about music, it doesn't have to, just whatever you feel. Do you have anything that pops in your head that just makes somebody's world a little
Can't hear
easier?
you. Hold on a second.
No worries.
Hold on, Jeff. Sorry, guys.
She's thinking about it.
Right.
This is the
Let me hear. Of course, this is happening. Okay, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, say that again. I got you
It
all
was
the way
just
up. What is
it was just to kind of end the conversation with, do you have like a piece of advice or some kind of thing you do on the daily that just kind of makes your world better that you can give to somebody else? It could be like, I go for runs or exercise, or I love reading, whatever it is that makes that could make the world a little bit better. Any advice, anything?
Absolutely. Every morning I get up at 5:30, and I journal and I write about all the things that I'm grateful for. That's how I start my day. I like to go for walks on the beach, and I do that every day. The most important thing, honestly, I know this is going to sound so cliche, is really self-love. If you don't really love who you are and believe your worthiness, and doing that as a practice, not just saying it once in a while, but if I don't do that every day, I feel different. So doing that, starting my day off with thanking that I'm here and thanking that I'm grateful for what I have now and I have my health, that is a momentum. So get yourself in the right momentum every day with love, whatever it is, self-love, and just being kind to others. Because if you don't have love for yourself, you're not going to have love to give to others. If you don't have oranges, you can't pass out the oranges, basically. And visualizing where you want to be. If it's the Hollywood Bowl, ask yourself why. It's because it makes you feel good. So you can feel good by taking yourself there mentally, and just being kind to people along the way. Because without love and kindness, nothing's going to happen. I'm telling you now. So don't waste your time trying to force people to do things. Just, you got to love yourself and love others around you, and really truly be kind to move forward in this life. You really do.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for chatting, Ayline. So
Yes.
Ayline Artin, she's got a new album out, Heaven and Hell. I appreciate it. Thanks for the chat.
I appreciate you. Thanks, Jeff. So nice talking to you. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Hi guys, it's Ayline. A big shout out to Jeff Pollard. Thanks for having me for that interview as well. Here's a song off of my original album, Heaven and Hell, that I just released. This song is called Golden Wings. It's one of my favorites off the album. Lately I've been in a place realizing all good things at last. Now I'm aware everything I dream of slowly shines before my eyes. And then just like a hummingbird, she brings my wings to life with a golden wing. Flying high above, golden wings, spreading all the joy and love. Golden, soaring above. Golden wings, flying high above with golden wings, spreading all the joy and love over me. Watch her golden wings as she soars above you. Golden wings will help you brave. Yeah, golden wings I'll always cherish. Golden wings. Yeah, golden wings. Golden wings, golden